Begin with the end in mind. Begin today with the image, picture, or paradigm of the end of your life as your frame of reference or the criterion by which everything else is examined. To begin with the end in mind means to start with a clear understanding of your destination. It means to know where you're going so that you better understand where you are now and so that the steps you take are always in the right direction. If you carefully consider what you wanted to be said of you in the funeral experience, you will find your definition of success. It may be very different from the definition you thought you had in mind. In our personal lives, if we do not develop our own self-awareness and become responsible, we empower other people and circumstances outside our circle of influence to shape much of our lives by default. As individuals, groups, and businesses, we are often so busy cutting through the undergrowth, we don't even realize we are in the wrong jungle, and the rapidly changing environment in which we live makes effective leadership more critical than it has ever been. In developing our own self-awareness, many of us discover ineffective scripts, deeply embedded habits that are totally unworthy of us, totally incongruent with the things we really value in life. We are responsible to use our imagination and creativity to write new ones that are more effective, more congruent with our deepest values and with the correct principles that give our values meaning. The most effective way I know to begin with the end in mind is to develop a personal mission statement or philosophy or creed. It focused on what you want to be and to do and on the values or principles upon which being and doing are based. Each of us has a center, though we usually don't recognize it as such. Neither do we recognize the all-encompassing effects of that center on every aspect of our lives. Suppose tonight you have invited your wife to go to a concert. You have the tickets, she's excited about going. All of a sudden, your boss calls you into his office and says he needs your help through the evening to get ready for an important meeting tomorrow. If you're looking through spouse-centered or family-centered glasses, your main concern will be your wife. You may tell the boss you can't stay and you take her to the concert in an effort to please her. If you're looking through a money-centered lens, your main thought will be of the overtime you'll get or the influence working late will have on a potential raise. If you're work-centered, you may be thinking of the opportunity. If you're possession-centered, you might be thinking of the things the overtime income could buy. If you're pleasure-centered, you will probably can the work and go to the concert, even if your wife would be happy for you to work late. As a principle-centered person, you try to stand apart from the emotion of the situation and from other factors that would act on you and evaluate the option. Looking at the balanced whole, you'll try to come up with the best solution, taking all factors into consideration. You're not being acted upon by other people or circumstances. You are proactively choosing what you determine to be the best alternative. You know your decision is most effective because it is based on principles with predictable long-term results. When people seriously undertake to identify what really matters most to them in their lives, what they really want to be and to do, they become very reverent. They start to think in larger terms than today and tomorrow. We must be certain that we do not submit ourselves to any programming that is not in harmony with our basic center or that comes from sources centered on money-making, self-interest, or anything other than correct principles. You may find that your mission statement will be much more balanced, much easier to work with, if you break it down into the specific role areas of your life and the goals you want to accomplish in each area. After you identify your various roles, then you can think about the long-term goals. These goals should represent areas you want to focus on in the near future. Roles and goals give structure and organized direction to your personal mission. If you don't yet have a personal mission statement, it's a good place to begin. Just identifying the various areas of your life and the 2 or 3 important results you feel you should accomplish in each area to move ahead gives you an overall perspective of your life and a sense of direction.